Whenever I see the Korean American janitor in the halls, I give a slight bow towards his direction from my wheelchair. This doesn't fit my anti-honorific Korean swearing self. Or does it? On the drive to one of my uncle's Korean New Year's parties, I announced loudly to my parents that it was against my religion to bow to my dad's relatives. My dad replied that I still had to do it. It was one of several annual parties my dad's siblings threw in their extra-large Chicago suburban mini mansions, during which someone would inevitably be upset that my mom wasn't hosting. As the youngest sister-in-law, it was expected that she do more for all the parties, even though she repeatedly explained she had her hands full with me, and our two-bedroom house would be too small to fit everyone. Furthermore, my uncles, who loved drinking, would expect my dad, who hadn't had a drink since I was born, to make the beer runs. When it was my turn to bow, my eldest uncle said I didn't have to, like as an accommodation, but my dad insisted that I do, helping me stand with his arms around me. I locked my knees, fighting to stand straight in that wooden-walled living room, but I didn't last long with my dad pushing me down, forcing my super skinny pre-teenaged body to my knees. To anyone else, it would have just looked like a spastic girl with cerebral palsy bowing with help.
Then
Damn it, my disability masked my protest. I didn't care about the enveloped money that we received from Boeing. It went straight into my dad's black pleather wallet for safekeeping, never to be seen again. My sister, she didn't care about the money either, but being my younger, doing everything adults told her to do, able-bodied, pigtailed sister, she eagerly participated in the antiquated ritual. After we ate our plates of colorful Korean buffet side dishes, soup, and rice, my sister and I sat along a wooden wall, near my uncle's laundry room, that always smelt of leaking gas. From there, we would watch the adults talk into the dark night after all our cousins, high school aged and older, scurried away to hang out together upstairs. I didn't want to be there. Somehow, I always knew my relatives never wanted me there either. With whispers I could clearly hear encouraging my parents to institutionalize me, to have me live with other kids with disabilities, instead of with my parents and my sister. And somehow I always knew or grew to know that my existence with my physical disability was considered too taboo for my dad's relatives and Korean culture to handle. Like how when we ate at Korean restaurants, or got the deep red seafood noodle soup and the saucy noodles, in black bean sauce at our favorite Koreanized Chinese places, someone almost always approached our family, making small talk about how they have a friend, or relative, who has a child with a disability too. Then they proceed to say, not at a whisper level, but in an everyday conversational tone, that the child with a disability is very happy living in an institution, and the child's parents visit regularly with Korean food. I'd sit there, politely quiet, thinking, if my parents did that to me, I'd refuse seeing or talking to them ever again. Or the time when my gamo took us to a shoe store in Koreatown, and the male store owner kept looking at me, too old to be held up on my mom's back, yet still perched there, and he refused to honor my gamo's coupon. My mom insisted that it wasn't because of my disability, but I knew it was, especially after Gamo said on the way out that he probably thought we brought bad luck as his first customers that day. I don't know if it's the changing of the times, or the fact that I am now an attorney, which my mom likes proclaiming to anyone, but talks of institutions have vanished. My dad's relatives, however, still talk about me, as if I am not sitting directly across the table from them. And now when the occasion arises, I visit my uncles, dine alone, in Medicaid nursing home beds, where they share a room with another elderly dying stranger. Paint is chipping off the walls. There's an out of service elevator, but they have a really nice looking lobby. I feel ironically sad. I wonder if it even occurs to them. This is what they had wished for me.